Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Yoga for Yogis with Mandy. We are really excited today because it's terrific Thursday. Mandy's on. We have a special request this morning. If you have either a tennis ball or a baseball, please, run and get them from around the house or wherever you are. If you don't have one, do not fear, because Mandy will just show us how to use it, and then you can, at your leisure during the week, if you choose, practice these exercises with the balls later on. So if you have your usual equipment, your yoga blocks, books always are good substitutes for yoga blocks. If you're not reading them, grab a couple of books. If you have a blanket, that's great. If you want to substitute with a towel, that works too, or have 2 yoga mats, one rolled up. A strap is always good. And if you don't have a strap, you can get a scarf, or you could get a belt. That works well too. So we're going to give everybody just a couple of minutes. I see people are futzing around and coming back with their balls and their straps, and I love it. So this is great. I just want to say a little thank you as people are still entering the room. I have 2 more people entering. So we want to say thank you, of course, to Yonkers Public Library because, they're giving us a Zoom platform, to Friends of Crestwood Library because they're very supportive. Also to Westchester County Legislator Ruth Walter, because she gives funding for supportive wellness programs like this one. And last but not least, our fearless leader, Mandy, who shows up every week and she guides us and she finds those exercises that just hit the spot when we have our special requests. She's always so good at accommodating us and making accommodations for people who need to sit on the chair. She's always, coming up with different ways of doing things. So we want to thank her for her knowledge, for her inner and outer beauty. And I want to thank each and every one of you who are here on the call, because without you, there would be no wellness community, and we all bring meaning and support to each other's lives. So on that positive note, I'm going to hand it over to Mandy.
Thank you so much. If this is not a good start, I don't know what is. I have to put the corners of my mouth down. So we're going to start lying down. If you like, you can put a blanket down, because we're going to do a little bit, not straight away, a little bit of rolling like a ball. And if that maybe is bothering you on your spine, then this might be too hard, the mat might be too hard. So then we just roll the blanket out and rely on the blanket. And also, if you suffer from maybe osteoporosis and rolling like a ball on the spine, massaging the spine doesn't feel safe, then skip that one, all right? And we're not going to do it straight away. But get, maybe if you want to, you can lie on the blankets. And also I wanted to say, if you don't have blocks, get some books for yourself, because there's one thing I want to show you. If you don't have that, that's fine too, but it's nice to figure it out and see how it feels to you. Maybe you hate it and you never want to do it. So first, lie down on your back with the blanket or without, and just bend your knees and bring the knees together and your feet as wide as the mat. And then find a comfortable position. Maybe your hands are on the belly, maybe your hands are lying right beside your body, palms facing up. And whenever you're ready, you can gently close your eyes. And then take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale out with a sigh out the mouth. And one more time. And then slowly coming to my favorite breath, Ujjayi breath. You restrict the back of your throat so that when you breathe out through your nose, you make a sound a little bit like ocean waves. It's also called the victorious breath. Maybe follow your breath. See where you feel the movement of your breath the most. And then observe your body and see maybe where you feel some tension, where you feel maybe something's uncomfortable. And then observe where you feel really good, which is much harder to do, right? To find the spots that don't hurt. And feel how with every exhale, your body relaxes a little more. And with every exhale, we can focus a little better. And then if your feet are out wide, slowly walk your feet back to the middle so that your legs are parallel. And then slowly bring one knee into your chest and then the other. So if you like, you can very gently squeeze your knees into the chest. No crazy squeeze, very, very gently, be nice to the knees and your lower back and maybe your hands. Maybe you just want to put the hands on top of your knees and just bring the knees very gently in towards the chest. And then when you're ready, slowly open your eyes. And then slowly rock your legs, your lower body from the left to the right. Very small movements. And then you can circle. Feel the lower back moving. Is there a side you feel a little more? And then slowly change the direction. And then put both feet back down onto the floor. And then maybe bring your arms right beside the body. And then we move with the breath again, just our pelvis. So we take a deep breath in and we arch the lower back, create space, let the belly puff out a little bit, and then exhale and Push the lower back down, lengthen the tailbone. And then again, lower or arch that lower back. Inhale. And then as you exhale, engage your abs, lengthen the tailbone, press your lower back down into the mat. And then do a couple of those in your own time, nice and slow. If you want, you can open up your arms into cactus. And if you do that and you feel like, no, I like it right beside the body much better, then go back to that position. Take your time. Nice, long Ujjayi breath. Okay, and then slowly find a neutral spine. Bring your hands right beside your body, and then bring your right knee into the chest. And then lift your right leg, lift your right foot so that you can see your foot. And again, we start, because it's all about the foot, right? With a very gentle movement, flexing the foot, pushing the heels towards the ceiling, and then extending your foot. Not going to spend too much time here. And then we circle one way. Take your time. Circle the other way. And then look at your toes and curl the toes and spread them out wide. Curl the toes, spread them out wide. Curl the toes, spread them out wide. And then flex your foot again. Push the heel towards the ceiling and see if you can straighten your knee or go with your knee towards straight. Long back of the leg. And then bring maybe, or no, forget about that. Bend your knee, keep your foot flexed, push the heel away, and then point your foot and straighten your knee. A little bit of a leg flow here. Flex your foot, bring the heel towards the back of your leg, point your foot and lift your leg straight. So my foot and my ankle feels pretty warm already. And then point and lift it back up. Let's do it one more time. Maybe connect it with that breath. And then bend your knee and bring that right foot down. Same thing on your left. Bring the hands behind your leg and then lift your leg, look at your foot, and start with flexing and pointing your foot. Circle one way, big, gentle movement. Circle the other way. Nice. And look at the toes. Spread your toes out wide and then curl them together. Spread your toes out wide, curl them together. One more time. Spread them out wide and then curl them together. If that spreading out wide is really difficult, we're going to do something to separate the toes in a minute. So don't fret, we get there. Now, straighten your knee, or if that's not an option, if it feels all very tight here, don't push too much. Just think of moving it towards straight, so it doesn't have to be straight, right? And then just stay here for a moment, just breathe. Feel how long the back of your leg is, how you can push your heel, your whole foot towards the sky, and breathe. And then the same up and down flow. We keep the foot flexed and bend the knee. And then we point the foot and we straighten the long leg, flex and bend your knee, point and lift, flex, bend your knee, point and lift. I don't know, maybe one more, flex, and then point. Awesome. And then bend your knee and put your foot down. Maybe you feel your calf muscle and your ankle working right now, the muscles getting lots of fresh blood, right? And then bring your right foot on top of your left knee and bring your left leg in. And you can gently walk from side to side or just stay still and enjoy that range of motion. Keep breathing. And slowly lower the foot back down. Switch slowly to the other side. Take your time. And then slowly lower your foot back down. And see if you can find that ball, that tennis ball or whatever ball you have. If you don't have a ball right now, just take that opportunity to stretch out and have a little mini shavasana in between. So now we're going to take that ball and put it underneath. Let's start with the left side, just because you can see it. So right in the middle of your left glute. So the thing is, if you stretch your legs out and your lower back is maybe tweaking a little, keep one leg, the opposite leg, the right leg bent, and see how that feels. So then if you, there's something called trigger point. So if you hit a trigger point, you know you hit that trigger point. And sometimes you have to roll the ball a little bit around and see if you find that. And so the weight of your hips, the weight of your body is helping you a little bit to find that point. And what it does really is, there's a release happening. If you don't feel that much right now, that's fine too. Maybe that part is pretty relaxed right now. You can also move the hips a little bit, from the left to the right and see if you find that point. And just then for a moment, just lie down and feel that ball digging into those glute muscles. So what that ball does, it applies some pressure. And that muscle, when we take the ball away, and also right now, it gets a lot of fresh blood and nutrients and minerals and everything to it. I hope you liked it. I hope it feels nice. Sometimes it takes a while, right, to find that spot. And then slowly bend both knees, and we're going to go to the other side. So take that ball and bring it right over. I'm going to see if it feels different with a different ball. And put that tennis ball right in the middle of the right glute. Not onto the sit bone. And the other thing is, if you have like a sharp pain with this, maybe it's too much, right? So a good indication is if you are able to breathe and you don't have this moment, if it really hurts, then back off a little bit, take the pressure off. Definitely bend that left knee. So maybe you are familiar with those foam rollers, and they are absolutely fantastic. And the tennis ball does something like that, but just a little bit more, it's more pointy. It's more, it's not for big muscle groups. There's also one that you can do on the chair, and I can tell you afterwards later on. Just take one more deep breath. Maybe you feel a release. And then slowly bend your right leg. Take that tennis ball out, put it to the side, we need it again. And then just shake the legs out and bring both knees in again. And just gently rock from side to side, stretching those glute muscles. And then you can either roll onto your side and use your arms to come up into a seated position. Yeah, let's do that. I was just going to rock up. So let's do that. Come onto the side and come up into a seated position. So now we can, there's this rolling like a ball. So it feels really nice as a release for your spine. It feels like a nice back massage. But again, if you feel like I have osteoporosis, this is not a good thing for me to do, then please skip that, okay? You can do something like this and just round your spine and then come all the way back up. If that feels a little safer, then you can do that. It's a nice round stretch, not the same thing. All right, so sit on your sit bones and then maybe start balancing and then round your body and then just start rolling back. Try not to use too much momentum, just your core muscles helping. And let's do 2 more. Feel your feet catching you. And then we scoot. Oh yeah, we scoot back. Then you can come into a seated position. So if you want your blanket, go ahead. Okay, you can sit on the blanket and rest your hands on the knees and then just take a deep breath in. Exhale out, ujjayi breath, find length in your body. And then maybe round your body with the next exhale. Engage your abs, look towards the belly button. And then slowly open up, round the back. And again, the other way. Shoulders move away, round back. Shoulder blades move away from each other. And then now they move back together. Open up the chest, arch that lower back, and then find a neutral spine. And as I promised, take your foot and put your fingers right in between your toes. So separate the toes, yes. And then you can do a very gentle circle again. Yeah, I can see some movement, that's awesome. And then circle the other way. Awesome. So if you have that ball, what you could do now is just move that ball up and down your foot. And you can, if you go to the ball of the foot, you can get a little bit counter pressure on top of your foot and just move the ball in circles up and down. If you don't have a ball, or if the ball doesn't give you enough feedback and you want a little bit more pressure, we can use the fist, and we can use the soft part of the fist, and you can just very gently. Yeah, I have no word for this. Knock on your foot, maybe. Okay. Tap. Yes, that's perfect. Tap. Tap on your foot. So tap on the heel, tap on the outside of your foot, tap the ball, and then in a second we're gonna roll the knuckles or stroke the knuckles on the arch. So go in and up with the knuckles, or if you still prefer the ball, you can roll the ball on that arch. So if you ever had reflexology and you saw that, that map that they have of the foot, they have every organ, every part of your body is like mirrored or has a connection to your foot. So just think of that right now when you are stroking the knuckles down the foot, that you are paying attention to your whole body. All right, so now just with the same foot and just to give the hip a little bit of a movement, we walk the baby again. So you can just gently, if you want to go just a little bit left and right, if that feels good, maybe you want to come and bring it a little bit higher. If that doesn't feel good, listen to that. And slowly bring your foot back down and we switch to the other side. All right, so first interlace your fingers with your toes. Maybe that hip feels a little different. See, my knee comes up a little higher. And when you're in there, then circle the foot one way. And I think in acupuncture, definitely in shiatsu, there's a lot of really important points on your foot that all connect to the body. And then change the direction. Try to get that big movement that you did before for a range of motion. I can still feel my other foot. I hope you can too. You can feel it vibrating, a little bit of pulsing. All right, so if you like, use the ball, roll it up and down, roll it on the heel first, the outside of the foot, or maybe, no, not maybe, and the ball of the foot. So again, if this is not enough feedback, if you want a little more, then use your soft part of the fist and just tap it on the heel. And then tap it on the outside of the foot, the pinky toe side, up and down. Those feet are always, pushed into shoes. And we have so many, I don't know, it's like over 30 little joints in your foot. And so many small muscles, they all need certain feedback to work well and to be strong, right? We don't walk barefoot anymore, or not much, right? So this is awesome. Maybe if you want to do the knuckles and just stroke up and down the foot. And really dig in. All right, so then if you feel like you want to come down off the blanket, you can, but maybe I'll show you from the side. I'm coming up here. All right, so take those fleshy bits off. If you prefer the blanket, you can sit on the blanket and just take a deep breath in. Bring your hands right beside your body, come into staff pose for a moment, and then flex your feet towards you. And then point your feet again, flex, and point, and flex, and point, and then one more time, flex. And then find that middle position, right? And then bring your hands right onto your knees and we come into a very gentle forward fold from your hips. Take a deep breath in as you exhale out. Walk forward with your hands. And then slowly walk back. Take your time. Long spine. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out. Walk your feet, walk your hands forward, forward, forward. Maybe relax the back of the neck. Maybe you can hold on to your feet. Maybe you don't reach your feet and your hands are right beside the body. Maybe your knees feel like they're better off bent a little bit right now. Go ahead, do that. And then slowly, slowly, slowly come back up into a seated staff pose. And then we bend the left knee. And the same thing, bring the sternum, the middle of your chest, right towards that right knee. And then again, you can walk your hands forward and maybe this helps with the left knee bend and you can come a little bit further towards your foot. Maybe your knees bent, fine, do that. Keep your foot flexed and just gently forward. And you can stay here, just breathe. And you can also look at your foot and then bring both hands onto your foot and just with your thumbs, push those toes away. Stretch the top of your toes where they connect to your foot. Where they are, I don't know, growing out of your body. So stretch them away. Long, long, long. So really use both thumbs and tuck in and maybe feel the back stretching as well. And your left hip. And just for a moment, let the arms relax beside the body. And just forward a little. And then slowly walk your hand back. Take your time and lift all the way up. And let's switch around. Yes, I forgot. So if you feel like sitting on the blanket, that's one thing, but also maybe your leg or maybe your hips. Maybe the leg wants to go a little bit out because of the range of motion in your hip joint. So totally fine, move that out. So it's all about you being comfy, right? And be able to breathe. So again, bring your hands right beside the body and see maybe this side feels a little different, right? And then from your hips, take a deep breath in and forward. I was thinking we could do a little flow here, but I feel like it's better to maybe do it much, much slower and just stay here for a moment. Take a deep breath in, long exhale, and then slowly, slowly come back up. Walk your hands back. And then one more time. Walk the hands forward from your hips. See how that feels. See, maybe you need to bend your knee. Take a deep breath in. See if you can let go of some tension in the shoulders, in your lower back. And then maybe lift your head a little, look at your foot. And again, both thumbs on top of the toes. I start with the pinky toe and the big toe, and then I walk my way into the other toes, towards the other toes. And my toes are cracking. And if this doesn't feel good to you, you can absolutely skip that. It's just a good preparation for the next stretch, for the next pose that you can also skip. All right. And then maybe let the elbows relax down, relax the head, relax the neck. Breathe. And then slowly walk your hands back. Take your time. Come into a straight back. And then if you like, bring both feet together. Hold on to the feet. You find a long, long spine. Nice hip opener. Breathe. And if you want, you can stay here. Or with your next exhale, you can forward, forward. And wherever you are, just relax here with your next exhale. Let go a little. And slowly, slowly, slowly roll back up. All right. So now swing your legs round, and this is a tough one, and I know that. So, and you can also absolutely skip that, but your feet might be really happy afterwards. So we come onto the knees, and then we tuck the toes under. We're going to do the opposite as well, but first we do this one. And you tuck the toes under, look at your pinky toe and bring that pinky toe with you because sometimes they want to escape. And then you are absolutely welcome to sit here and breathe and feel your toes stretching. If that's a little too much, maybe you just want to stay here and don't sit on your heels. Absolutely fine too. And sometimes just stay here. If nothing works and you feel like, oh, this is excruciating, then stay here. If you find here, just relax your hands, relax the face, and just breathe. And come out anytime. One more long inhale and long exhale. And then slowly, happy, come out of that. And then maybe move back a little bit. And with the kids, we do that a lot, and maybe you like it too. In this position, you just tap the backs of your foot on the mats and just bring some life back into them, right? Some blood back in. So then I want you to sit again. Now your toes are not tucked. You're sitting on your on the back of your feet. And if you feel like this is crazy amount of stretch, I can just about breathe here. This is all I can do, stay here. And if you feel like, no, this is too much, come into a child pose and just relax down into a child pose. Still stretching the backs of your feet. Then again, two options. So you can bring, I show you with my left hand. So you can bring your left hand back and maybe just stretch. Maybe the right hand goes onto the right knee, and you can just a little lift that right knee and feel the stretch on the top of your foot, the left foot. Or you just lean into both, and you can lift your knees just a little bit. And if you sometimes the toes are coming pretty close together and you want to just separate that, you can do that. I'm going to go to the other side, to the right side, just to stretch that as well. Maybe I put my left hand onto the right knee, lift that knee. And again, anytime you feel coming out of this, please do so. If you have been here with both, awesome. And then slowly, slowly, slowly come back out. All right. And if you want again, you can tap those back of the feet down and then tuck your toes under. And let's see how that downward dog feels. Lift all the way up. First downward dog, so up to you. You pedal your legs, push the heel towards the floor. And then maybe you find your downward dog, right? So your heels don't have to touch the floor, the knees don't have to be straight, but your hips, your sit bones have to be as high up as you can comfortably. Your elbows might be just a tiny little bit bent and the inner elbow creases look forward. Open up your fingers wide, even out the pressure. And then if you have the option, maybe you can lift your toes and you can spread the toes out wide and put them back down. And slowly, slowly come onto the knees again. And then bring your right foot forward. And slowly lower the hips. I was talking about that psoas major. That is the muscle we are opening up right now, stretching up. Feel all your toes pressing down. Maybe lift your toes on your front foot and then spread them out wide and put them down. And then slowly lean back. Lift your right foot, walk your hands back. Maybe the hips are escaping. Bring them back to the middle. Just one breath here. And slowly back. Lower the hips. Lift your chest. And slowly come back. Flex that foot. Breathe. And slowly bring the foot back down. Slide that right foot back. Tuck your toes under, lift back up into downward facing dog. Lift your toes if you have that option and then spread them out, put them down. Breathe here. And again, lower your knees down. Maybe come on your tippy toes while you do that. And then bring your left foot in between your hands. Wiggle your way forward and then bring the hips down. Feel your left foot pressing down. Maybe you can lift your toes and spread them out, push them down. Create a lot of surface with all the bottom of your foot. Breathe. Feel that left hip opening. Slowly move back. Flex that left foot. Feel maybe the calf muscle. And slowly flex that left knee. And then slowly come back. Flex your left foot. Forward, forward if you can. And then slowly come back. And then slide your left foot back. Tuck your toes under, lift back up into downward facing dog. And as we said, the psoas, and I said the psoas is connecting the upper body with the lower body. So come back onto your knees, and from your knees, from table, we're coming into cobra. So slowly lower all the way back down onto the mat. Turn your head one way, wiggle your hips, left and right, maybe bend your knees, windshield wipers left and right, keeping pressure out of the lower back, stretching your legs back out, and maybe open your legs a little bit, creating a little space in the sacrum, and then with the next inhale, come into a very gentle baby cobra. Shoulders away from the ears, look to the front line of the mat. And with your next exhale, lower down, turn your head the other way, wiggle those hips. And again, with your next inhale, lift into cobra. Maybe a little bit higher. Let's see what feels good to you. And slowly lower back down and turn the head the other way. Tuck your toes under, push into your hands, come into table, and from table into downward dog. No, into child pose, I'm sorry. And then from table, come into table. Now we're coming into downward dog. So tuck the toes under, lift all the way up, and then pedal your legs again. And find some stillness again in that dog. Lift those toes, spread them out wide. Lift those hips up high. Maybe you find an ujjayi breath. See how that feels upside down. Come onto the tippy toes again and lower down into table. Okay, I want to show you another one with the bar. And I really, really like this because I have a lot of pressure in my calf muscles. So this one you definitely, and we're going to do this short for people that do not have the blocks or a bar. So there's different options and I'm going to show you first. And you definitely probably want to spend more time in this one. So we're going to build like a little tower. And then we lie down. So the ball goes right in the middle of the little tower and right in the middle of your calf muscle. And then again, you can move it around. See, mine is falling. You can move it around and see what feels better. I'm just doing it this way because it feels nicer on the lower back and the pressure on that through the ball onto the calf muscle, on those, you know, the gastrocnemius, it really means it has two, they call it stomachs, right? So the left and the right, and they are, you know, usually are very strong. And if you look at them, they look really like bellies, right? And right in between those two bellies, that's where you have a lot of, or also in the center of those two sides, there's a lot of tension. And this ball, even now on this little tower you can, but if you have your legs on the floor, and I'll show you that in a second as well, it feels absolutely awesome, especially if you walk a lot or if you run a lot. And I feel like all new walkers do that, right? All right, so this is one option and it feels fantastic to me. So you can also, I'm going to build this on the other side. You can also just put the ball when you're lying down underneath your calf muscle. And then maybe you can roll it around a little more and feel where your trigger point, your point is that where you feel, oh, exactly. You know, when you get this massage and somebody gets that spot, that's exactly what you want. So now, other side, just switch. And see if you can relax into that pressure, if you can let go into that pressure. So I want to walk my way from up here down towards the foot. And on the way, trying to open up that psoas. And I think time is running out for me already. But you see, I'm going to check it. All right, so if you feel like you spend, I know it's never enough time, but just so for maybe afterwards you can do that. One more breath. And then slowly bend one knee and then take the leg off, roll onto the side and come up into a seated position again. And I'm gonna put this away. And then swing the legs around. Have that ball still close by. Come back into table. Oh dear, yes. Tuck your toes under and lift your hips up high and pedal those legs again. And then slowly walk your feet towards your hands. Come into a forward fold. And bend your knees if you want to. See if you can lift your toes. And you can also, if you like, lift one foot, put your hand underneath it. Lift the other foot, put your hand underneath it. And have your feet, you're standing on your hands, on the inside of your hands. And then let the head anchor down and forward. And then slowly take the hands back out. Inhale halfway up. Exhale forward. Inhale halfway up. Exhale forward. And then come all the way up. Or take your time, bend your knees. And lift your head, come into mountain pose. And breathe here, lift your toes, spread them out wide, put them back down. All right, now take that ball again, and I'll show you another option if you don't have the ball. Maybe I'll show you the option without the ball first. So bring your hands onto your hips and bring the weight into your left leg. And then just bend your left knee a little bit and then tap your heel onto the floor. Like that, exactly. And then you do the same thing with the outside of the foot. Curl your toes in. And then you do the same thing with the balls of the foot and the toes, right? And then you can even put the back on foot, but then you have to bend the knee a little bit more. That's a bit awkward, so maybe you want to stick to the heel, to the outside, and to the ball of the foot and the toes. Just tap them, right? So you can keep doing that if you have no ball. If you have a ball, this is super nice. So now you have that ball, you put your foot right on it, and now you can apply as much pressure as you want. So again, you want to go onto the heel, maybe do a little circle. You can also go into the outside of the foot, just roll that ball up and down and actually from the side. And then maybe on the ball of the foot. And usually there's one area on your foot where you feel, yeah, that's where I want that pressure. Stay there. And that's maybe different for everybody. All right. Slowly come to the other side. I have to hurry a little bit because I'm close to the end already. So now bring your weight into your right leg. And if you don't have the ball, just tap on the heel, curl your toes, tap on the outside, bend that right knee. And then also tap on your on the ball of the foot and on the toes. Just keep doing that nice and easy. And if you have that ball, bring the weight over into the right leg, bend the knee, and start rolling up and down. And usually one feels a little more tender. For me, it's definitely the left, then the other. Okay, one more. All right. And then just put that ball to the side and just shake it out a little bit. Come to the middle of the mat and bring your hands onto your hips. Breathe here. And then open up your feet for warrior two. Turn the feet in. Turn your right foot out. Bring your right hand on the right thigh. And as you bend your right knee, turn the right thigh out. Lift your arms. Drop your shoulders. Feel your feet. Even out the weight so that the same amount is in the front foot and in the back foot. See if you can feel that. Ujjayi breath. And then lift your arms, straighten the front knee. One more time. Exhale out, bend your right knee. Have a look at that right knee. See that it doesn't collapse to the inside. Feel how those feet are pressing down, how they support you. Lift all the way up. Straighten the front knee. Bring your hands onto the hips. Bring your right foot in. Bring your left hand on the left thigh. Turn your left foot out. As you bend your left foot, turn the left thigh out. So I have to adjust a little bit. Maybe you have to. And then lift the arms. Drop your shoulders down. Breathe. Lift your arms, straighten the front knee. And then lower the knee. Bend your knee. Open up the arms. Scissor your legs up. Take the pressure, take the pushing down into the floor and turn that into activating the inner thighs to lifting you up. So you're not sitting in your joints, you're lifting up at the same time as you're pushing down. Straighten the front knee, lift your arms. Bring your hands onto your hips. Turn your left foot in, heel to your way back together. Shake it out. And now, nice balancing. This is the last one, then we go down. All right, so this is King Dancer. So bring the weight into your left foot. And then, I'll show you from the side. And then if you have something to hold on. And then bring your right foot or your right hand to your right foot. And then maybe this is it. Maybe you will just want to bring the knee into the same line. And maybe you want to stay here and you want to feel how your left foot has to work to balance you, right? Maybe you want to lift your left arm and reach up high. Unlock your left knee. Keep pushing that right foot into your right hand. And as you keep pushing, maybe you want to lift that right knee behind you. Counterbalance with your upper body and your left arm. Maybe you just want to stay here. Maybe you feel extra balance today because your left foot, all the muscles and nerve endings are fired up. And maybe you feel extra wobbly today. That's okay too. Then you're strengthening all of those muscles. Slowly lower back down. Switch to the other side. Bring your left foot into the left hand. And then bring the weight, maybe before that, bring the weight into the right foot. Lift your right arm if you like. Keep pushing your left foot into the left hand. And maybe this is enough. Maybe you want to stay here, then stay here. Maybe you want to lift that left knee behind you. Breathe. Look at something that is not moving to help you anchor. And slowly, slowly, slowly lower back down. See if you can do it slow and controlled. as possible. And then come to the front of the mat. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale out, slowly roll forward, bend your knees slightly. And when you touch the floor, start walking your feet back into downward dog. Last one, lift your toes if you can, spread them out wide. Push your hips up high. Lower your knees onto the floor. Swing the legs around. And come onto the back. Keep your knees bent. And bring your knees together, the feet out the same way as we started. And then just move your knees from the left to the right. Take that is my anchor. Take that pressure out of the lower back. And then if you feel like, bring your knees into the chest. And another nice thing for the feet as well is happy baby pose. Hook your fingers into the outside of the feet and just rock gently from side to side if you like. And breathe here. And then slowly bend your knees, bring the feet onto the floor, and then set up for your Shavasana. So either a blanket rolled up underneath your knees. You can keep the knees bent. You can put your legs onto that chair that I was talking about at the beginning. You can put the legs up on the wall, take the pressure completely off your feet. If you want to go for that, please do so. If you feel like I want to put my socks on for Shavasana, today would be extra special for your feet if they're nice and warm in Shavasana. And then just get ready and wiggle around, find that nice, easy position where you can relax and close your eyes and breathe. Again, take a deep breath in through your nose and out your mouth. And then just breathe. Let the thoughts come and go. And if you feel distracted, connect back to your breath. Start following your breath. And when you're ready, start moving your attention towards your feet. And relax your toes. The inner arch. That long side outside on your foot. Your heels. Your ankles. Calf muscles. Back of your knees. Top of your knees. Hamstrings. And thighs. Glutes. And your hips. And with your next exhale, allow your legs to become heavy. And then relax your lower back, your middle back, and your upper back. Soften your belly and your chest. Relax your shoulders, elbows, wrists, all 10 fingers. And with the next exhale, allow your arms to become heavy. Relax the back of your neck, the back of your head, the top of your head, your forehead, temples, ears. Relax the jaw, the tongue in your mouth. Soften your lips, your eyes, and the space between your eyebrows. Slowly bring your attention back to your body. Start to deepen your breath. Maybe wiggle your toes and wiggle your fingers. Stretch your legs and stretch your arms, nice and slow. And when you're ready, bend one knee into your chest and then the other. And slowly roll onto the right side. Just stay there for another moment. And when you're ready, push yourself up into a seated position. Bring the hands in front of your chest and lower the chin towards the chest. And thank yourself for coming here. I thank you for coming. Namaste.
Namaste, Mandy. Thank you so much again for another terrific Thursday Yoga for Yogis. We're so lucky to have you. I just love these classes. I know everybody who attends loves the classes. You're a blessing. We're so grateful to you. We are grateful to Yonkers Public Library. We're grateful to Friends of Crestwood Library, to Westchester County Legislator Ruth Walter, and to each and every one of our wellness community members for being here today.